Welcome all, Bernie here from EWPRO. Getting straight into the weekly outlook, looking at the DXY on the daily time frame. Nothing's really changed. We got up to that 123.6 like I mentioned last week. Next target would be that 161.8. And if price did get to there, I'd be looking at some sort of a WXY, X2 and a Z up. May or may just go and break that top. And then I'd be looking at an A, a B and a C before we get more upside. We're getting even more bearish divergence here. On the lower time frame here, we did get a bull hidden. If I just go down to the H1, we did get a bull hidden in here. And we've gone and broken the top, and we're getting even more bearish divergence. So, definitely not the time to be buying, in my view. I'd be just staying out of it. Ideally, I'd like to see a nice impulse down, a correction, and then I'd be trading that C down or wave 3. AU on the daily. Nothing's really changed here. I'm looking for this. This can come down to this 100 pip here before we get. It's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I was sort of looking for 3 in here for a 333 or 335. It's just come down in one wave though. So yeah, pretty much this target here, this 100 fib. We'll see if we get a bounce off of that and a buy setup for this larger A, B, C. H4, we're getting bullish divergence, which is great. Ideally now we get a buy setup, and for that I'd be looking for a nice impulse up and a correction, and be looking for at least 3 up. But until we get this, I'm pretty much staying out of the market. We already have bullish divergence, so there's really not much I can do to the downside. Same with H1 overall. We've got bullish divergence. If we quickly go down to a lower time frame, we have lost divergence here. We've lost all the divergence here with this spike down with non-farm payroll yesterday. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we get some sort of a bear hidden here and another one down. Then I'd be looking for a nice impulse up, a buy setup to buy. GU on the daily, still coming down. This may turn into an expanding flat, but I am looking for a flat here, like this A, B, C. Like I said, it may become expanding. We don't know how far this is going to go yet. But then I'd be looking for an A, a B, and a C up. H4, like many of the others, we are starting to get bullish divergence. But more than likely, there's no price set up or anything on it at this stage. We had that bear hidden in here to go and break the low. It's done that. So pretty much just waiting for a nice impulse up. Again, I'll quickly go down to the M15. M15, we've got the bullish divergence. I'll just be looking for a nice impulse up and a correction. And then I can look for at least a C up. At this stage, I'm not looking for sells. I'm only really looking for buys. If you're looking for sells, well, you're scalping and you're selling at the bottom of the market. So EU on the daily, looking at this A, B, C regular flat. This has got down to that 123.6 now. So the next target would be that 161.8. Just waiting for this wave in here to be over, and then I'll be looking for a C up. But yeah, hadn't been giving us many buy opportunities at this stage. H4, we got the 5 down. We're getting a lot of bullish divergence on the H4 as well. So again, I'm not looking for buys. Sorry, I'm not looking for sells. I'm only looking for buys. And like many of the others, the only way, we got the bullish divergence here, I'll be looking for a nice impulse up, a correction, and then I could look for 3 up. All the majors are very similar. And you on the daily, looking at this complex correction, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I was looking for 3 down in here. Very similar to AU, but it's just given us that one wave. We've broken through this 100 fib now, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get down to that 123.6. I think we have broken the starting point of wave A now. No, not quite. Haven't quite broken this starting point of this wave A here. But once this is finished, wherever this ends, I'd be looking for, a buy setup for this C up, this A, B, C. H4, like many of the other pairs, we're getting the bullish divergence on the H4 now, which is nice. And on the H1, there really isn't much at all. Like many others, really need a nice impulse up, something to convince that the downside is over, a correction, and then we can look for at least 3 up. And ideally, it turns into that wave C on the daily. GY, I'm still looking for a little bit more upside in here for this A, B, C before we get this A, B, C. Still in this B wave. Excuse me. So you can see what I'm looking at. I'm looking at some sort of a B wave, like this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down in here. I'll be looking for upside. It's not giving us any buy setup on the lower time frame, so more than likely there's still a little bit more downside in this B wave. Yeah, I dare say, early on next week, I mean, there's probably a little buy set up in here, but you'd be buying into a correction. I dare say we'll get a bear hidden in here and another lower low on the lower time frames. UY, looking at this ABC in here, we're waiting for a retracement. It's getting very slow up the top here. We got a nice impulse up. We've been looking for a correction, and we sort of are getting a correction in here. It's very choppy, so I'd be looking at this as a B wave. We get a C down in here, and then if we get a buy set up on the lower time frames, we can look for what the A, B, get that C up to that 100 fib on the daily. This daily 100 fib up here. H1, there really isn't anything at this stage. If anything, it's more of a sell. If we go down to the M15, we got this impulse down in here. If you get 3 up in here, you could look for a sell opportunity for 3 down, and then I'd be looking for a buy again. UCAD. So I'm looking for this wave. Well, we're in this wave 3. Looking at this like 1, 2, 3. Then I'll be waiting for a wave 4 and trading a wave 5 up. The next target, we're right at that 123.6 now. The next target would be that 161.8, which this wave 3 can get up to, or it could even go higher. But yeah, pretty much on the lower time frames, you're just scalping at this stage. We're looking at a wave 5, looking to trade a wave 5 up. But like I've mentioned, I'm waiting for this time factor here before I attempt to buy this. And so really, I'm waiting for this time factor here before I start to look for buy setups, and then I'll look for a buy setup for wave 5. It's not quite there yet. So yeah, I'll pretty much be leaving this alone at this stage. There's really not much on it. This wave in here, you can see it's quite choppy. So yeah, get another one down in here, and then I'd be looking for buy setup to buy for that wave 5. The Swissy, we're getting this wave A. I'm waiting for this wave B, and then I'll trade that wave C up. We got the 5 up on the H4, and we do have bearish divergence in here. H1, we've got bearish divergence as well. So again, like many of the others, I'm waiting for that impulse correction, and then I can look for 3 down. EG on the daily, we're looking for any buy setup to buy. We on the H4, we did get that wave C down that we were looking for in here. We were looking for this C down in here for this like A, B, C. We come from a fresh low. We got a 1, 2, 3. We're in a wave 3. You wait for the wave 4, and then you trade that wave 5 up. At this stage, you got to wait for this wave 4, and it's starting to look like we may be starting a correction. So I'll be waiting for a time factor in here before I look for a buy setup and buy for that wave 5. In fact, we're looking. I'm looking at an extended wave 3 here. Actually, we got 1, 2, 3. Wait for the wave 4. You can trade that wave 5 up to end that wave 3. Then we get the larger correction here and trade that wave 5 up. So yeah, I've been looking at this extended wave in this wave 3. WTI, I'll remove this. So I did have an arrow going up here, and then another one down here, and then now we're on this one here, this arrow here. So you can you can see the structure that I'm looking at. I've had this on here for a very long time, this whole structure here, this corrective structure, before we get that like A, B, C. Here on the H4, we're getting an extended wave as well. So I'm looking at this 1, 2, extended wave 3, get a wave 4, and then look for that wave 5 up. We are getting this like 1, 2, 3, 4. You could trade this wave 5 up in here as well once you get this correction. Got to wait for this correction at the very minimum, and trade this wave 5 up in here. Wait for the larger correction, then buy it again. H1, we don't have any divergence here on the H1. We lost all the divergence with that spike up. So in here, I wouldn't be surprised if, we get a bull hidden in here and another one up to finish this wave 3. Looking at gold, nothing's changed. We're looking at that 1, 2, 3, get a wave 4 in here and a wave 5 up. We're just looking at this correction in here to be over. It's becoming quite complex, this correction in here. Looking for this A, B, C up, and then I'll be looking for that A, B, C, and then I'll be looking for a buy set up for that wave 5 on the daily. At this stage, I wouldn't go buying into this. This is very choppy in here. We've got the bearish divergence. It's really, it's very choppy in here. So yeah, I'd be waiting for the C down. I'll be waiting for this like A, B, get this C breaking this top here, and then I'd be looking for a sell setup. Yeah, we even M15, we're getting a lot of bearish divergence. So yeah, better to wait for this wave C to be over, and then look for a sell setup for the larger C down. Looking at silver, we got the 5 up in here, up to that first target. We did get 3 down in here. This is looking rather corrective. I wouldn't be surprised if we get like a WXY, an X2, and a Z down in here as a complex correction. Yeah, it just doesn't look excuse me, it doesn't look motive to me at all. And even here, when we got this deep expanding flat to this impulse here, I was just really looking for a wave C up. And yeah, it is still going, but yeah, I mean, we're getting even more bearish divergence here now. Very slow, so very risky to be buying. If anything, I'd be looking for a sell for that wave Z down in that complex correction I just showed. Yeah. Yeah, really not much you can do on silver at this stage, in my view. Bitcoin, we're looking at this wave 4. We're getting this wave 4. I'm looking at that 1, 2, 3, 4, and we trade that wave 5 up. I'm waiting for this correction. Looking at this flat in here. So we are getting 3 down in here. Excuse me. We got 1, 2, 3. Still probably bearish in here for a little bit more downside. I can actually put that fib on to where we'd be looking to get down to, possibly get down to this 100 fib here. On the H1, it's looking like a correction, probably better seen on the M30. But you can see, yeah, sort of an impulse, correction impulse, but this is still looking rather bullish. You could look for a buy in here, but just a scalp to break the top, basically. Yeah, we're already getting the bearish divergence, so even trading this to the upside is a little bit risky. It does look very bullish, so you could give it a go and see how far it goes, but yeah, get it to break even as soon as you can and manage the trade. S&P 500, you know, we're right at the top of the market. I've just been staying out of this, like I've mentioned, for a while. It's become very complex up in here. I was sort of looking at this A, B, C here and this to go and break the top. It never did. Instead, it turned into a bearish correction. But we got 1, 2, 3. We're getting 3 down now. We're already getting bullish divergence. So, yeah, I'm not sure how far this will drop. I mean, we are due for a larger correction to the downside. But, yeah, I'm not convinced it's ready. It's really not much, we only just got the third wave down like this A, B, only just starting to break the low here, over here. So more than likely there's more downside in it. I'll have a quick look. Yeah. Yeah, it's bearish. But yeah, it's still very much bearish, but trying to get an entry on this now is going to be quite difficult. AU 200, looking at the downside. Look, we got bearish divergence. We got a nice impulse down, sort of getting a flat in here. So wouldn't be surprised if we get another one up in here, and then I'd be looking for a sell for an A, B, C, and that excuse me, and that may turn motive. More than likely it will, because we're right at the top of the market. So on the higher time frame, I'm looking for a C down. So it's pretty much just like the flat that I just showed. Get an a B, and get a C up, and then I'd be looking for a sell setup. I'd be more interested in a sell setup. After this has gone and broken the top, then I'd be interested in a sell setup rather than look for that buy. The FTSE still very much bullish. This is still very much bullish. It'd be cutting you to pieces, though. This would be cutting you to pieces trying to trade this. We did break the low here, just. We did break this low here, just. We don't have any bullish divergence there, so it's more of a sell. Go down to the H1 and see if we get bearish divergence in here. We have got bearish divergence, so I'd be looking for the sell. I'd be waiting for an impulse breaking this low here, and then you get a correction, and then I'd be looking for a sell. You have to be careful because, and that's why I say, you got to wait until this low here is broken, because there's a possible bull hidden here. So we want to take that possible bull hidden out, and then get a correction, and then we can look for downside, or else it can go and break that top again with that bull hidden there present. Lastly, the DAX. We're getting all the bearish divergence on the daily. Don't think we're broken the top there. And we lost the... Yeah, so we lost all the bearish divergence with this wave up in here. And we got a bull hidden in here. So more than likely, this top hasn't been broken. So more than likely, we'll get another bullish setup in here. You probably could scalp that, see how far it goes on the lower time frame. the bull hidden's just about played out and broken this top, so probably not the best opportunity to buy, but you are getting 3 down in here. Like 1, 2, 3 down in here. Got some sort of a 1, 2, 3, get a wave 4, and you'd be trading that wave 5 up, just breaking that top. So I hope you all enjoyed the weekly outlook and got something out of this. If you did, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you out there next week.